Let's bring in Patrice Lee Onwuka from the Independent Women's Forum. Patrice, I want to get to this soundbite from Bernie Sanders' campaign, now using the race card to dodge tough questions. Went after Senator Claire McCaskill about that. But this is a soundbite. Watch Bernie Sanders avoid the tough question about whether his plan for free health insurance and free college tuition for illegals will cause more border crossers. Bernie Sanders pivots to instead attack Trump. Watch this.
You want to provide undocumented immigrants free health care and free college. Why won't this drive even more people to come to the U.S. illegally?
This will have a strong border protections. But the main point I want to make is that what Trump is doing through his racism and his xenophobia is demonizing a group of people. And as president, I will end that demonization.
Okay, he wants to give free health coverage to illegals and free college tuition to illegals. Again, he dodged the question there, Patrice.
Mm-hmm. He did. But you know what? I think it's important that his feet be held to the fire, and others on the far left who want to open our borders and give these freebies, free college tuition, free health care, when many Americans are still struggling to get that for themselves. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. And now his campaign representatives are coming out saying it's racist to actually to say that it's ridiculous, this idea of giving freebies to people who are here illegally. It's not racist, Liz, and it's intellectually dishonest and lazy when people of color particularly play the race card because they don't want to deal with criticism.
All right, this is another thing that is happening. The new tagline, the smear is to say it's a, quote, Republican talking point. Watch Bernie Sanders try to push back on CNN moderator Jake Tapper in this soundbite. Listen to this.
Senator Sanders has said that people in the middle class will pay more in taxes to help pay for Medicare for all, though that will be offset by the elimination of insurance premiums and other costs.
There are millions of people who have insurance. They can't go to the doctor, and when they come out of the hospital, they go bankrupt. What I am talking about, and others up here are talking about, is no deductibles and no co-payments. And Jake, your question is a Republican talking point.
Okay, he's, again, not answering the question. He's going to have to raise middle-class taxes. His plan is a utopian plan that does not exist anywhere in the world. Canada doesn't have it. China doesn't have it. Your take there, Patrice?
Oh, I think we, again, need to hold him accountable. It doesn't exist anywhere because it would be ridiculously costly to do so. I think we've seen figures for the Heritage Foundation that suggest that we'd be paying 50%, if not more, in our taxes to pay for all of these giveaways. I think a lot of people would rather say, you know what, I can afford to buy this. Let me buy this in the private sector. And if for those who really, truly cannot, that's where we have a social safety net system. But he and even Elizabeth Warren want to blow up our entire private industry and private marketplace and replace it with the government. And that's not going to leave people better off. It's going to lead to rationed care. It's going to lead to worse outcomes. And especially when we're opening the doors to anyone who wants to come here illegally, where I think American citizens are going to be the ones who get hurt.
Okay, here's CNN's Don Lemon with Senator Amy Klobuchar. With a question that critics are saying is total bias against Trump voters. Let's listen to this. Watch.
Klobuchar, what do you say to those Trump voters who prioritize the economy over the president's bigotry?
Well, first of all, there are people that voted for Donald Trump before that aren't racist. They just wanted a better shake in the economy. And so I would appeal to them.
Well, here's President Trump responding on Twitter today saying, quote, CNN's Don Lemon, the dumbest man on TV, insinuated last night while asking a debate question that I was a racist, when in fact I am the least racist person in the world. Perhaps someone should explain to Don Lemon that he is supposed to be neutral, unbiased, and fair, or is he too dumb, stupid to understand that? No wonder CNN's ratings, MSNBC's also, have gone down the tubes and will stay there until they bring back credibility to the newsroom. Don't hold your breath. Patrice, take that on.
Oh, I love the last part of his tweet there. Until they bring credibility back. I mean, it's interesting that Don Lemon is focused on bigotry versus the economy and jobs. People actually do care about the economy and jobs, and when they listen to the president and see what he's doing, not just for all Americans, but particularly for the Black community, the Hispanic community, they recognize that these claims of racism are hollow. Liz, let's just take one issue, for example, criminal justice reform. It wasn't passed under President Obama, who was the first Black president. It was pushed because President Trump put his weight behind it. And of the over 1,000 people who were released because of the First Step Act passed last December, over 90% of them are Black and 92% of them are male. So this idea that he doesn't care about Black people, I think he cares a lot about the people who are getting their sentences reduced by an average 73 months and are able to get back to their families. And on top of that, we have a strong economy where people are getting jobs, and the administration is pushing for second chances. So this is good for the Black community.
Well, Joe Biden's going to have to answer to all of what you just said, Patrice, and so will others on the stage there. The Democrat debate coming up in just a few hours. Patrice Lee Onwuka, great stuff. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for